We are back on the ILFL Soccer Night Show here live on NTV, and we're going to talk about the Veterans League now. Let's dedicate a little bit of a section towards this just very quickly. We know what's happening with the vets. Everybody's turning up on a Monday or Thursday night, no matter how windy, no matter how rainy, no matter how cold it is, and doing their battle and doing their thing to see who can be the Veterans Winter League champs as well. We have some results from last week that took place in the Premier Division. Beaumont and Abahani played out a 0-0 draw. The Bromley Legends went down again, a 4-0 stuffing by the Sire Vets, who are doing very, very well, and maybe at last showing the potential that they've always had. Top of the table they are, because Tigers and Stepney played out a 1-1 draw, and that's what's done Sire and maybe other teams a favour in the Premier Division. In the First Division, only one team won, and that was the Tower Hamlets Vets, beating Revive by 3-1. Good to see Tower Hamlets having a good start to a season at last. Hawk and Eagle, our guest this evening, drew with Beaumont Masters, our other guest. On the other side, 1-1. Weavers and Bernardos played out a 1-1 draw as well, and you have to say maybe that's a better result for Bernardos than it is for the Weavers Vets as well. Lovely, we've got the results on screen for you there. Woohoo! Second Division, the E1 Legends went down by 3-0 against the Elite Vets. Mohammedan, after finding their feet now in what is a tricky division and getting up to pace with all things Veterans League, they beat the Sire Vets B team by 3-1, and the London Tigers Vets B team are nothing like their A side because they've gone down again by 3-0 against the Riverside Vets. Rash, Beaumont, you love your 1 point, 1 point here, 1 point there.
Well, to be honest, I was really frustrated. We had a red card, so we played with 6 men. Considering that we had 6 men, I thought, you know what, I'll take a draw. But seeing the way we played and how we, to be honest, majority of the chance we had and a penalty, were devastated not to get 3 points. I think Abahani will then say they're lucky to get 1 point themselves, having a full squad. So I like the way they played, but to get a red card and to miss so many chances, and especially with other teams dropping points, this was an excellent chance to actually gain some points. And because as I said, Premiership is looking very, very strong. Every point or win is very, very vital to climb up the table.
It is indeed, and taking a look at the table, which you guys can do as well. Have a look at the table. Here it is. Sire Vets sitting at the top, 9 points against Stepney's 8, Tigers and yourselves 7 points. It is very close, but it's not the runaway that Tigers had the last time, so everybody's got all to play for.
To be honest, Sire are top on merit. I saw them play the first game when Tigers deserved to win. I saw them play last week in Bromley. They killed Bromley. I don't know what's wrong with Bromley, because that's not the same Bromley we've seen in the years gone by. They literally killed them, so they deserve to be on the top. So it's interesting to see. Obviously now we've got more teams. Yes, Tigers, they're one of the favourites. Stepney looking good as well. They can grind out results. Sire obviously showing their now potential after so many years, because they've got a massive organisation. What they've done is they said, look, let's try and focus on the Premiership, and the other players win on Sire B, so they're looking good. So on the day, St. Catherine's also look good as well. Abahani, one of the most defensive side I've seen in the league. They never, if you look at the stats, they
only conceded 1 goal in 4 games.
They just sit back, but they again, they can grind out results, get draws, etc. So it's a tricky league, and it's looking good for competition-wise, and hopefully we'll see what happens.
Into the First Division, your B team, finding it difficult, 5 games, no wins?
It is. You know what? It's every year, each division gets tougher and tougher. This division is tough. We've got Weavers. For me, they look brilliant. I'm surprised they drew Bernardos last week, because we played the week before that. They were really on form, the way they passed, the movement, the shots, etc. So for me, although Tamler's on top, I think Weavers will win the league itself. But it's tough. There's no easy teams in Division 1. We think it'll be less, but it's really competitive. It is so for us, for a B team, we're competing against Weavers is a Premiership side. Hamlets, we know, again, a Premiership side. Bernardo is really a Premiership side. So for us, it's a challenge, and we're enjoying it.
Tower Hamlets and Weavers look like they're not happy with where they are and want to be back where they think they belong, and that's in the Premier Division. Is that how it's going to end up for them? Let's see. In contrast, Hawk and Eagle, at the wrong end of the First Division, not really a cause for concern right now?
Not really, David. It's a newborn baby, really. We've only been in the league for a month. So the ethos behind obviously getting that team together is to have the management committee members, which are Koes, Azmol and Nanu, of course, we know, they're all part of the greater management committee, is for them to go and play and enjoy themselves. We've got a few new young players. A lot of them haven't played football, although they're 35, for a long, long time. We're talking about players like Zubair, who used to be a very good player for Osmani back in the days, hasn't probably touched a ball in a competitive scenario for about 15 years. So it's bringing those players back, getting some young talent together, and then just making the team tick for now. You know, let them enjoy it, let them get together, let them stick around, and then next year we'll regroup, and then we'll see where things go. It's a similar ethos what we have in the senior team. As you know, we rebranded from SCTA to Hawk and Eagle. The first 3 years we more or less won everything. It's now not about winning, but about getting the structure and the system right. One of the things that we've done this year is to get our discipline in order. As you know, we used to average 2 yellow cards a game previously. I think we've got 2 yellow cards in the last 4 games. So that's a massive, massive improvement. We've lost a lot of players from the main team as well. And, you know, although it's a loss in a way, it's a good thing, because we now, 1, we're developing our structure, 2, we're developing our discipline, and 3, the new players that are coming, they're very committed. Players like Nile, who's the captain, Rax, Mitesh, who's the vice captain, Shom, these are very committed players, and they're now beginning to grow and show their leadership skills. And through them, we are now bringing some newer and younger players through, who will stay with us for the long term to come. And that's the aim, really, of the club, is to have a good structure, sustain itself, and then see where we go from there, really.
That's the model that could be successful for Hawk and Eagle. There are many clubs with their own structures that they hope will be successful for them. Here is just one, and maybe this time next year we'll be talking about a different Hawk and Eagle who are going unbeaten and everybody's hanging on to their coattails. Let's have a quick look at the second division table for the Vets. Riverside, 5 games, 5 wins, and only conceded 1 goal. You know, you've got to take your hat off to that, because that's impressive stats. But Mohammedan and Sire Vets are right behind them, and London Tigers Vets B, even though they've not managed to pick up a win for ages now, they're still there in 4th place on 6 points. It's all good for you guys down in that second division. You're all finding your feet. Well done to the 2 teams at the bottom. One of you just couldn't even get a win, and you managed to get one now. So well done. Like I said, it's football for all on a Monday and Thursday evening. And here tonight, as you can see, are the 3 games that are taking place. First division, we've got Revive versus Beaumont. Beaumont really need to try and pick up 3 points out of that one if they're to try and close the gap on their opponents this evening. The 2 top teams in the second division have got their own games as well. Mohammedan take on the E1 Legends. Riverside take on the Elite Vets. These are the top 2 against the bottom 2. But hey, you know what? It's Monday night. Anything can happen on a cold and windy night. Hey, you know what? This is a night for goalkeepers scoring a goal, isn't it? On a Thursday now, we go to Thursday's Premier Division. There are the 6 teams taking part. Abahani go against London Tigers. Can Tigers score a goal against Abahani? Let's see what happens there. Stepney take on St Catherine's. St Catherine's will want to try and pick up on the form that they know that they have and the ability that they have, and try and get something out of the Stepney game. And the Sire Vets take on the Beaumont Masters. You can see the games there in the first division. Hawk and Eagle take on the Leaders Weavers. Tower Hamlets take on Barnardos. And in the second division, the London Tigers B team take on the Sire Vets B side as well. Let's turn just very quickly back to the Veterans League. We've got Cup coming up very, very soon, next week.
Next Monday we'll have the draw. It's the League Cup itself, 16 teams. The Premiership teams qualified, the Division 1, and on the top 3 from Division 2. The cut-off was last Thursday. The email has been sent out to all the teams, so they should get verification who's included. It's going to be 2 Thursdays. We'll have 8 teams in each Thursday playing in group stages, and the quarter-final, semi-final, similar to the last 2 years.
So, you know what? I'm going to go back. You know what? Let me just stir some things up here. So you said the top 3 from the second division?
That's correct, yes.
And the top 3 from the second division are Riverside, Mohammedan and Sire Vets B. Those 3 teams can upset some first division teams.
They can. Riverside are playing good football. They're looking positive. They've got the confidence, etc. Mohammedan Vets, although they've 9 points, they've got a lot of experience. The players they've been playing in the Sunday League for years and years. A good experience. They may not have the legs, but they've got the skills. Sire, we've seen the organisation itself, very organised. They may be upset. So those 3 teams will be a good inclusion in the cup itself.
And I know, Cameras, you were talking about... Oh, we were talking to Coaz. Let me ask him, Coaz. I mean, you've heard Cameras just say that Hawk and Eagle are in it, you know, there's a lot of fun. There's a fun element to it now, but you're in a competition, and of course, because you want to try and do well. So,
yeah, I mean, any competition you go out to do well. But I think, as you said, it's about having fun for us at the moment and regrouping. So, yeah, we'll give it a shot.
it would be nice to take a scalp first round of the cup, though, wouldn't it? It would be nice to get a win and take a scalp. I know secretly that's something that you guys at the management level would want to see. Listen, if you're taking part in that cup, like we said, the draw will take place here live on the ILFL Soccer Night Show next week. So make sure you're here to see who you're up against, because the draw will take place on the Monday and the games will then take place on the Thursday. So make sure you're around for that. Hawk and Eagle, like we said, we've spoken about the structure. Are you modelling yourselves on anybody? I mean, is this something that has been in discussion for weeks, months, and now here we are now putting the whole thing out there? Or is this something that just came about quite quickly?
I'll start and then Coaz can... as you know, we ran it sort of late last year before the league started. So the vision was already there to have a good structure, a disciplined team, and then go forward. Early this year, Coaz got involved, and this is where the vision of having a vets team and then hopefully in the future a youth setup as well has come in. So it's in between, really. The answer to your question is it hasn't come all of a sudden, and it hasn't been planned for a long, long time. It's something that's come between. But see, we're business people, Coaz and I, and we've got a lot of influence in terms of pulling sponsorships in and getting people on board. We've already got a 9-strong management team, and all 9 of us, barring myself, all 8 of them, yeah, actually myself as well, all 9 of us play for one of the other teams. So I'm still involved with the senior team. These guys play for the West teams, and the other management committee members also play for the senior team as well. But I think, if you want to add a bit more to that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think everyone's serious. It's about achieving things, and it's about enjoying and taking the club forward, really.
Have you taken your own direction with this, or have you looked around and maybe seen 1 or 2 other clubs who have galvanised themselves with the structure that they've had and said, hey, you know what, we can take a little bit of this, a little bit of that?
I think it's our own direction. It's our own direction. It's about enjoying and being successful at the same time as well, but slowly, at strong strides. But enjoying football at the moment, but the setup is very important. If you have a strong setup and foundation, that in itself builds or breeds success.
And if you look at the bigger clubs like London Tigers, Bromley, Beaumont, Stepney, even Sarre and Leytonstone, who are not doing very, very well, but they have a very strong backing in terms of their structure and their management. Yes, you can lose a game, you can lose a tournament, you can lose the season, but if your back office, as I like to call it, is not right and it's not strong, then you can't bounce back, because the team can just collapse, and the admin and the money side of things now is so important. We know how expensive it is to run a club. The senior club costs almost £1,500 to run. The vets another £600. When you're doing summer, winter, you're looking at about £4,000. So it's a lot of money involved.
It is indeed. It's tough out there running your football clubs, but you're all doing what you need to do. And we're going to talk about more of you. Look at the games that you've got coming up this weekend, this Sunday. More to come in the third section of the ILFL Soccer Night Show. We'll be back after this break.